whatever Micky has. This is interesting. I'm not sure why Crabominable is here. Um, but it does look like Micky has stuff that abuses Helios's own son with Slitherwing
Uh,
with photosynthesis. Yeah,
Crabominable is there for wide guard.
right. It gets that. Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, there is the Slitherwing and a Chandelier. And it's possible the Chandelier has Trick Room, but we'll see. I don't know why the Scraggy is here. I mean, it has Fake Out. It can operate if Micky chooses to set up the Trick Room, but interesting choices. We do see three Terra Ghosts from Micky to in preparation for dodging Fake Outs from the Medicham and the Scraggy. But it also does also mean that it's weaker um, to Typhlosion, who can click Ghost move, but also the fact that there is only one extra Terra to resist the fire type damage spam means that you it's almost looking like Micky is forced to bring the white guard mod because otherwise this team could get run over by spread fire move offense. So we'll see. Ambipom Terrakion lead, and this is a Lilligan Ninetales. Okay. So instantly, what Micky is signifying is that he can either like, fake out one of the slots, or he could try to beat up Terrakion and try to like spam Rock Slide. Um, I do think the nature of this lead matchup is that because of the sun boosted Lilligan, the Lilligan could click Sleep Pounds either slot. And so I feel like Micky is kind of pretty pressured to like take out the Lilligan as soon as possible, unless he has safety goggles on one of these mons, because neither of these are Terra Grass, which makes sense. You don't really want to be Terra Grass into the sun. Yeah, I think unless one of these guys has safety goggles, you're very terrified of this Lilligan right now. And there is no fake out into the Lilligan. It just rips a solar beam in Saragon and takes it on one. Okay. Uh yeah, and Ambipom just tried to go for the beat up, which is again like very disrespectful. This Lilligan, even if it didn't click grass move into it, like respecting like, oh, the Terrakion could Terra and lift the solar beam, it could have sleep potted that slot as well. Um I guess like yeah, if you Terra, you would take a lot and beat up as well. So the solar beam is always just kind of free to like pin the Terrakion within his own beat up strategy because you're a Terra Ghost. Yeah, this is instantly looking terrible for Micky. Yeah, real sash on Ambipom, but and it gets the jetpack out into the Typhlosion. Yeah, folks, this is looking cooked. Solar beam into oh my god. I mean, there was the pin there. I respect Helios made a very good play. There was a pin between either Chandelier stays a ghost type and gets hit by the Shadow Ball, or it turns into rock and gets fried by the solar beam. But like, yeah, Micky is looking like he's in a terrible spot. Like Rain Dance comes out, but like, is it too little, too late? Because Ninetales is, yeah, he's able to set up the sun again. U-turn seems to be its best attacking move, which is not great. Yeah, I think Helios has this game locked up very convincingly. Doesn't drop a single mon. Wow. Hmm. Now I'm questioning if Ambipom had Fake Out in the first place. Because this Ambipom set looks really, really awkward. Because you already have Beat Up, which only works with Terrakion. You have U-turn, which I don't know. U-turn is a very good move in singles. It's not as insane of a move in doubles. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad move, but also like if your last move presumably is Fake Out, you have very inconsistent damage with the Amber Palm into most of the mons. Like you want a move that you can click with this. So yeah, um, I don't think that Micky can afford to go for the Amazon Terrakion strat, which means that he has to find an adaptation, probably involving Carbonable with Wildcard. But Helios didn't even need to click his spread moves to win the first game, which is very concerning. It was just very good play, knowing pins. Yeah, this looks rough for Micky.
I feel the need to point out that we asked Mickey about this afterwards, and Mickey didn't know what chlorophyll did.
Oh, okay. I mean, for one, like the game one makes a lot more sense now, considering that he didn't know what chlorophyll did, but also, um, I feel like it goes into your prep into a game though. Like I do feel like when you're going into a draft league game, the whole nature of draft league is that you are aware of exactly what mon the opponent can bring, and with draft you should be doing your due diligence and your research and like, okay, what can my opponent bring? What's scary for them, and then you prepare for the relevant threats. The whole nature of draft is that you have prep time, and so I don't know how much I can really excuse like just, oh, I didn't know, like if you didn't know like, oh, this mod gets this specific niche move that cucks you in a matchup. Like for example, like if Dino said after the match, oh, I didn't know that Iron Juggler's got Hydro Pump, I would have been like, you know what, that's fair. It's not the most common move you see on it. I can excuse you for not knowing that. Not knowing an ability of a mod that you're facing is pretty egregious from a draft context. But yeah. We see an adaptation is a Terrakion Kilowattrel this time. Okay, so we do see the safety goggles from Terrakion, which does make sense. So I guess yeah, that does contextualize his turn one play of game one a lot more. But yeah, I mean this does look like a lot better of a lead from Micky because Micky does uh actually, I mean the Terrakion looks really good here with just Rock Slide. But Kilowattrel is at risk of just dying to the eruption before it even gets a tailwind off because it is COVID cloak. And it doesn't have a resist to fire in its Terra. So Kilowattrel is in a really awkward spot just because Typhlosion is leading. Unless Terrakion also gets White Guard, which I'm not sure about. I know a lot of fighting types get White Guard. I'm not sure about Terrakion. Okay. I did say that Typhlosion was going to kill the Kilowattrel in one of Eruption. I don't think I was expecting Terrakion to die in one. Mostly because I wasn't expecting Terrakion to Terra. Uh, yeah, folks, I could not tell you why the Terrakion decided to Terra in front of a Typhlosion that was almost certainly going to be clicking Scarf Eruption in the sun. I That is perplexing. This game's over. Yeah, and the Heatwave came out as well. Yeah, mm, this is rough. It's forced to switch out because it's probably Flash Fire. But first impression is not going to do nearly enough to the Ninetales. Ninetales is going to get switch out. Yeah, doesn't really matter what Chandelier clicks. Yeah, pick up a KO, but yeah, it doesn't mean kick Shadow Ball. Yep. Yeah, I'm very curious to know why Terrakion Terra. Though I do have a feeling that even if it didn't Terra, it was going to take a lot, and the Typhlosion did click Terra fighting anyways to resist whatever rock move that Mickey could have brought. So I think really, like I
So,
said, yeah,
I got some coaching beforehand.
uh-huh.
Said coaching, understandably, skipped a lot because Mamo, bless him,
Uh-huh.
vastly overestimated how much I know about the game. And the
Okay.
Terror Ghost I was looking at it and thinking Fake Out was going to happen. It did not. I also forgot
Fake-
to bring the crab completely.
Fake out from which mon here? Okay, Helios did have two fake out users on the team, but the fake out users are Medicham and Scraggy. You can like probably do like a cursory search on your next game on like which mons get which moves. If you're worried about specifically fake out, because like I was telling you, oh, you should be like Terra Ghost because fake out. You should be aware of which moves, which mons actually can click fake out because neither of these two mons get that move. So you didn't have the Terra there. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it was really rough if you didn't bring the Chromometer either way because without Wide Guard, Terra Water Wide Guard, this eruption spam was always going to overwhelm your team.